All right. Likutei Halachos, Likutei Halachos, Bircot Hashachar, Halacha Hey. We are holding Masif Kuf. So we said that the reason why the bracha is only with Nesias Kapayim, because the Nesias Kapayim, the Kahanim, talks about the greatness of the urge and the resoluteness to get HaKadosh Baruch Hu in every place. Nisa Libeno Kapayim. So this, he says, through the Torah of Vayom Be'ezel Rus and Simach Salechei, he's saying that when you spread your hands to Hashem, that's why Bircot Kahanim, when they spread their hands, there's tremendous aura, illumination of the Ratzin. It's Dafkin Nesias Kapayim, and it also means that we take our hands away from dealing with any kind of asik, any kind of malacha. We're only asik with our hands to lift our hands to Hashem. This is the Tokef HaRatzon. He says in Din Shliach Tzibur, this is the Ikar Tikun HaTfilah, the main rectification of the Tfilah, U'al Yedei Shliach Tzibur, the Shliach Tzibur. Ki hu HaMuvchar Shaveido, he is the chosen one from the whole congregation. Ki tzarich liot Hagor V'roi, he has to be somebody who fits the bill. Hu B'chinas Baal HaSoda, he is an aspect of the Baal HaSoda. It is the head of all the Mispalalim. That's why it's called Ovel Lifnei HaTeva, somebody who passes by the table. Because he already came to the Tachlis, and he makes one from the entire table. The Rebbe says, in Torah, you turn on hay, that when a person davens, he should see to make one from all the davening, all the prayer. This is because the prayer is so precious that the minute a person starts davening, the words that he's saying like Baruch or Atah, and you're speaking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the word is so precious, and it hugs you. You know, like when a father wants to go out and the kid grabs him by the leg, doesn't let him go out the door. The word hugs you, and it tells you how can you continue davening. You see the great love that is between us, the skashrus that is between us. Baruch, Yom Neshama, how can you go on? How do you continue? So the word says, yeah, but I know that you have to go on. You have to continue davening. But see to it that wherever it is that you go, you still have to pick up these incredible, plants and flowers and gdolos and flowers, all the words of the bracha, all the words of the davening. But see to it that wherever it is that you go, you don't forget me. Don't forget me. So the Rebbe says that even at the end of the davening, you're still holding by the first word of the davening. You're making from the whole davening, you're making a one thing. This is the one thing. He says this is the union of Shliach Tzibur, because that he's called somebody who's Ovel Lifnei HaTeva because he already reached the Tachlis. He's making one of the entire davening, entire prayer. Okay, that's why you can go before the table. He passes before the table, the word of the prayer. He passes it, and he can go to the next one because he's already holding in a madrega that he can combine the entire tefillah. Even though he's in the next table, even if it's the end of that tefillah, he's all the time passing before the first word of the davening. It doesn't leave the first word. But it passes before him all the time. That's why he can pass the second table. That's why the Shliach Tzibur repeats the tefillah, to show that he is holding in the tachlis, which is kula echot kula tov. That even though he already finished the prayer, he is still in the very beginning. In the first word of Baruch, in order to show, in order to instruct, and the whole thing is one, that the end is firmly tucked into the beginning, and the beginning is firmly tucked to the end. That's why the Shliach Tzibur is called Chazan. It's called Chalmishon Chazon. It's real vision. You see. The vision of Hashem, you will see. In other words, he is choizer. He's a seer. He sees the tachlis with which he can be mispalel. Interesting nikuda. You know, we have in this world, it seems like, how can you be in the beginning if you're already at the end? Right? You know, Daniel. So in Maaseh, we have two concepts. One of them is a circle. Right? A circle, we know that the beginning and the end are connected, right? It's like one thing. Beginning and the end are all one thing. Okay? On the other hand, you have a straight line. Now, a straight line, the more you continue, the further you get from the beginning, right? But by Ein Sof, the beginning and the end, even of a straight line, are connected. Now, that sounds like, wow, that's like really far out. Whoa, man, this is deep. I don't understand this. I mean, you speak to physicists about these things. No, it's not that difficult to understand. If you take a circle, okay, you have a bend, right? You take a certain thing from a circle, okay, right? Now, the smaller the radius, you know, the more it is bent, right? So if you take a circle, everything is beginning and end, everything is, take a circle, and you start enlarging the radius. What happens to the curvature? It flattens out, right? The more the circle grows, the more it flattens out. What happens to a circle that the radius is infinite? It's so big that it's infinite. The curvature is going to be straight. So by infinity, a straight line is also a circle. The beginning and the end is also one. You're looking at the curvature of zero. If it will be just a little bit lower, more curve, more, you know, big. At infinity,
it's straight.
It's straight, but still beginning and the end is one.
Yeah, but there is no beginning and end. Could be straight.
There is. Just not beginning that you can comprehend.
Don't you need both? Then we learn that you need both.
Oh, so when you get to the tachlis, but the tachlis is kulachad. The tachlis is infinite. It's kulachad. Everything is one. So even a straight line is a circle that the end and the beginning are one. When you reach the tachlis means that you reach infinity, kivayachol. So by you, the beginning and the end is one. I only told you this so that you'll understand, even though you can't envision how does a circle like this would look. You understand, yeah, okay, I get it. Principle-wise, you understand how it could be. As even though how this you don't know, you can't grasp it because we cannot. What does it mean, infinite radius? We don't understand that either. But you understand in principle. The bigger the radius, the more flat the curvature. And if the radius is infinite, it's an infinitely big circle, that the line will be flat. And it's still a circle. Theoretically, at least. It's still a circle. It's just that with our small minds, we cannot grasp it. It means that you're getting that when you reach the tachlis, read infinite radius, whatever you want to call it. When you reach the tachlis, the beginning of the tefillah and the end of the tefillah is one. Mind you, you should know that this, infinite radius, it's used already in physics. The some Hashachar that they make, it is used. In other words, in an industry, whatever it is, it's a real concept. It's not that they have to draw a circle but it's already a part of the cheshbon that they make, and it's a real number. It's a real thing. It's called the point of infinity. It's a part of the cheshbonos that they make in industry, in theoretical physics, in applied physics, and all those. The point of infinity. So he says that's where the shliach tzibur. That's why he can go. He can go to the next table. It's only because he's already holding with everything is one, so he can pass from the one and go to the next one because he's still holding. Chazal said, why does the cantor goes by the table, to be moitzi that which somebody who's not proficient. And somebody who is close to the tachlis. And he makes one of the entire prayer. And even when he's holding by the end of the tefillah, he's still holding in the beginning of the tefillah. He doesn't remember the beginning of the word, of the beginning of the prayer. Is like proficient. It's like somebody who knows something thoroughly. When you can say something, for instance, about electrical work. So you can say like, okay, what's wrong with that? So you can say, I don't know, I'm not a bookie in this, but you can say in a single word, a problem has many, many details. Because you know it thoroughly, you're a bookie in this. So you can say with this, or what's wrong here is this. With a single word, you can diagnose a problem that includes that this is wrong and the contacts are not this and the wire is not this, but this in one word.
Yeah.
Because you're bulky in this. So somebody is bulky, he can contain the whole thing with one dibur. Even when you're holding by the end of it, even when you're holding by the last detail of that particular problem, you don't forget the first, simon of that particular problem, because you're such a bulky, you know the whole thing, it's in your hand, you just know the whole thing. This is wrong with it, this is wrong with it. It's all part of one problem. So even when you're dealing with one detail, you still don't forget the other one. But he who cannot make one of the entire tefillah, he's called somebody who is not proficient. וכשהוא בטבע שניו, when he's holding by the second word, שכח הראשון, he forgets the first one. ואינו יכול להיות מהיר בתפילוסוי, and he cannot be, quick in his davening, לכל לו באחד, to combine it in one thing, בחיסרון בכיס, because he's not proficient. והשליח ציבור שהוא אויסו המובחר, he's the one, the best one, the choicest one, שהגיע על תכליסוי, ויכול להספלל, he can daven, הוא מויצי אויסו, he is מויצי him, הוא מסכן, and מסכן אויסו, מסכן תפילוסו דשקולה באחד, he can rectify the tefillah, if anyone is lucky, he can rectify it in kol be'echad. That's why it is said in every dosha b'kedusha, like kedusha and borchu and kaddish, this is said only by the shliach tzibur, because the main kedusha comes through him. Shu somach latachlis, because he's very close to the tachlis, to the reason of being. Shu kula echad kula tov, which is all one, is all good. Kula kodesh, his entire kodesh, the entire thing is holy. Okay, that's why every single thing in Kedusha, it is never said less than 10. The dibur is the last madrega of Kedusha. That's because of the B'chinas Malchus, serious. The dibur is the last madrega of the Kedusha, that's the Malchus, that's the 10th madrega. And it's main tikkun. Alidei shema linos. That tikkun of that malchus, of the dibur, of the bottom rung, is that you elevate it, and you include it in echad. So we include it in echad, shu kulo toiv, kulo kodesh. Shu rosh hachol madregas, the kodesh is the chachma, that's the first. The dibur is the last. The idea is to combine the first and the last in one. That you have the lowest rung until the highest rung, which is 10 madregas. As Rabbeinu says in Siman Yud Aleph, that the dibur is called a bird that is holding between the Shemayim Ba'al, between the heaven and the earth. That's why the main tikkun of the tefillah, which is the dibur, which is the malchus, is dafka when there are 10 people around. You can elevate the dibur, you can rectify the dibur, and elevate it from below to above, and combine it only into one thing. And then you can say, why? Because you are close to the tachlis, you can say Dosha B'Kedusha. והוא נאמר דייקה על דרך שליח ציבור כנער. עד כאן for today. Tomorrow we'll finish the halacha.